You're listening to The Objective Jerk, and I am said jerk. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good time. Uh, getting through whatever. Is anybody getting any tax returns? Supposedly there's some decent tax returns coming in. Summer, well, I guess not for in the States. So basically, summer started here in the Philippines. Summer vacation, summer break. They it's offset a little bit because of rainy season, and then plus it gets really hot. Like May is like the hottest month, and then June is hot too, but it rains. So, but May is dry and hot, and so for some reason, after the shutdowns, when everybody started going back to school here, they put them on like the American schedule at the same time. I don't know if it's for people who go on vacations or whatever, so they kind of line up or something, I guess. But it just doesn't work. We had like kids, like they would shut school down because it's so hot. They don't have air conditioning in these classes, and then you would go there and it would just be piss and rain like crazy, so they'd shut down classes. It's like, why is school open? My wife's like, well, they used to. This is usually summer. Like, what's going? So they slowly had to kind of revert back. They've been like ending school earlier and earlier and earlier until now they're finally like on track. But man, it's been here 6 years, so it took them like 4 years to get back on track. It's like, man, I don't know. It's crazy. Who was the idiot that decided to change the summer break? You're a moron. You're a moron. Let's see. What else am I doing? I am watching Peaky Blinders. I've tried watching that show a couple times and I just couldn't for some reason. I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood. So I finally watched it. And now I've been watching it like crack. I'm on the 5th season, I think. Yeah, 5th season. It's pretty good, pretty entertaining. Very anti-Catholic, which is kind of like, man, but not so much to where I can, I can still watch it, I guess. The 3rd season, I didn't like the 3rd season that much. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it is my least favorite. Oh man, I just did something to my audio. Come on. You suck. Alright. I know I keep saying it. I gotta change the audio jack, and I do. Because it just jacked up my audio again. I moved the cord and it did the thing, and then I don't know what the crap. I gotta get a new one, man. I keep telling myself that, but then it doesn't do it for a while and I forget. Anyway, Peaky Blinders. So I saw that the movie is on Netflix now for me here in the Philippines, and I was like, oh, cool, okay. And then I kind of looked it up a little bit, and the dude that plays Arthur is not in it because he got in trouble with some drugs and stuff. And I'm like, that sucks. But then I'm looking at it, and that dude is the same age as me. Now, I'm not like, the most handsome guy, but a lot of people think I look a lot younger than I am. This Arthur actor guy looks old as fuck. Like, I thought he was in his 50s. Like 10 years older than he is. He's my age. Same with, I mean, they're all, I guess maybe they pick some actors that look older because people did look a lot older back then. You know, I mean, crap. People in the 80s looked older than they were. You know what I mean? Or like the standard for like a 30-year-old was, you know, not what it is today. So maybe that's what it was because the woman that plays Polly, she died, but like when during the show I'm watching right now, she was like younger than I am now. She was like 45, and I'm like, what? I thought she was like at least like mid to late 50s. I mean, what's his face looks younger. The main guy, is it Killian? Cillian? What is his name? But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, but I saw a picture of him and I was like, dude, he looks old. But I guess he's kind of got a drug problem, and that stuff will mess you up. Anyway, okay, so I've been doing that. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? I got my little list going on here. Yeah, so the quartering, right? I don't know. I brought him up. I think on my last podcast as one of the. I watch a few different like news style creators. I used to watch Benny. This is your boy Benny. What's his name? I know I cut a lot of them because a lot of them are just like breaking this and breaking that, and oh my, and you're like, oh shit, what's going on? And then it's just kind of nothing. It's like, oh dude, come on. And not that the quartering guy doesn't do that, but he's not. He's kind of calmed down, or it's not. I don't know. I don't know. He seems to be more just getting the news and reporting it, not so much opinion, although he does give his opinion, and he's not trying to just clickbait everything. I mean, everybody's guilty of it. I've done it before too because I thought it would be funny, but and then I don't know. There's something going on with him though. Like I don't. So I don't. I'm not big. I'm not a big. I mean, technically, yes, I'm a YouTuber because I post videos regularly on YouTube, but that's it. I don't know. And I guess there's like, I don't know, a lot of, especially YouTubers from back in the day would reach out to each other and communicate and this and that and something, but supposedly somebody's saying that the quartering guy reported this other guy for something, I don't know, and then like there's like a back and forth, and then you have like people who follow this guy or like on the comment section, because I remember just kind of reading the comments a little bit a couple days ago or a week ago or something, and just seeing like all this. I'm like, what the fuck, what is this? I don't understand what's going on here. So I looked into it a little bit, and yeah, there's some kind of something whatever, but I don't know. It's above my pay grade. I don't know. I don't I don't get all the whatever, but it seems like it's kind of dying down. And then what's his face, the quartering dude, hasn't addressed it, which is smart actually. Just keep doing what you're doing. And he seems to be actually pretty, as far as legal stuff goes on, he seems to be pretty on top. I mean, if he did something wrong, he did something wrong, and I think he'll admit it when it's said and done. And then maybe I'll still probably watch him, but I think he's waiting for evidence, or I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's like just drama everywhere you go. And then a little bit ago, so segue. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The He-Man movie. So I've talked about He-Man, and a while back they said that like Skeletor is like the epitome of toxic masculinity or whatever, and that's true if you watch the old cartoons and stuff, and how he would just berate his, yeah, I'm like, he would talk shit and stuff like that, and so there was that. And people are like, oh come on, don't be stupid, don't ruin the movie, don't, like, people are really hoping that it doesn't turn into what the He-Man cartoon the Netflix one, or what are some other movies that came out and just totally dropped the ball by bait and switch, or you know what I mean, just all the crap that goes on. Um, but supposedly the actress who is playing Tila, she said that it's like Tila versus toxic masculinity. And of course, people are like, what the crap? But I think it's just because that's what Skeletor is supposed to be. You know, it's not Tila against all the other characters as toxic masculine. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I'm thinking I've talked about what my thoughts are on the film, and I think it's going to poke fun on all the retarded crap that's going on. Is it still going to be there? Probably, but not to the extent of where it's going to ruin the film. And I think the best part of the film is going to be Skeletor. That he's going to be the brash, toxic, masculine, and then he's going to be the most popular thing in the film. Watch. What does that tell you? Murked you. All right. What else? What else? What else? Okay, so that's kind of it as far as like bullshit. So the Strait of Vermouth. I never know what it's called, but it's like, so the last thing, and I almost did a podcast, but it was so close. I think it was the day after I did my last one. I like to try and spread it out a little bit, but that, you know, Iran was like, oh, there's a mines and you have to go this way and you get fined. So, you know, U.S. Navy went through, cleared it, and there's no mines. Everything's good to go. The canal's open, right? But then now today, it's like some of the, so the military is separating from the government of Iran, and they're still trying to do. You know, you got to give it to them. You know, they're going down with the ship. You know, I guess they're doing whatever they can to try and stop people from going through. And yeah, it's not going to last long, I guess. And we're going to see some videos now, because I guess they're taking some weapons and they're putting it on like civilian type boats and ships. So we're going to see some of the drug ship videos again. Probably coming out. This thing does need to end though, because it's going to get like I'm do I have that on here? You know, oh no, I talked about it last time. So the, you know, the little battle between Trump and the Pope. You know, I said in the end, what matters is the church. It's not the Pope. See, a lot of people who don't know, they don't know. Like they think that the Pope, yeah, the Pope, we should listen to Pope, and he does have, you know, kind of, he is kind of the president for Catholics, sort of, but just like presidents, you know, some people don't like him, you know. And you know, he's voted in by cardinals and everything like that. So the cardinal I wanted was Sarah, but he was too conservative probably. And it's just, I don't like the bickering that's going back and forth. Trump needs to shut up. The Pope is doing what the Pope is supposed to do, but it does kind of seem like he's picking and choosing. I don't really like Pope Leo. I don't think there's a lot of some evidence coming out that he was pretty far left before he became the Pope. So he had like his own personal social medias, and then as soon as he becomes Pope, he's got to delete it and everything. Well, there's some of that stuff that's still out there. It's the internet, and so he's very, you know, I don't know, just some things you can't tell other countries how to run their government, but you can be like, hey, you know, I don't know. It's like there's that fine line, I guess, but Pope's supposed to do what they're supposed to do. Again, I don't really like Pope Leo. I pray for him, but he's, you know, I wish it was the other guy, Sarah. So yeah. All right. Enough of that. On to the next thing. So, you guys know the guy who found all the leering centers in Minnesota, all the Somali daycare fraud and all that kind of crap, right? Well, once he was done with that, he went to California and he did the same thing there, found a bunch of fraud. And now suddenly, like, mainstream media are going out. Look at this fraud we found at this blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, now you want to try and do your job? Whatever. I mean, at least, I guess, maybe, hopefully, at least they're trying to, turn a new leaf. Is that a saying? I don't know. But now California is trying to make it illegal for individuals like Nick Shirley, who exposed all that fraud, make it illegal for people to do that. So, like, if you're, an independent reporter, or you're just somebody that happens to notice it and you record and you upload, oh, look at this, they're doing this fraud, you could be held liable. You could go to jail and you could be fined for exposing fraud. That is California. So, wow. Let's make it illegal to expose fraud. Well, then there's a lot of it there. Dude, California is the worst state. Is there anything good about it? Really? Let me know in the comments. All right. Oh yeah, supposedly it's the Nick Shirley law. I don't know if that's just a pun or what, but let's see. Next thing. What's another crazy thing? There's like oil refineries getting blown up in Australia. I forgot to look into that more. Like 2 of them, I think, just went up. That's not cool. That's not good. It's kind of crazy, right? Everything going on. Australia's not far from me. I mean, still kind of far, I guess, but it's, closer to me now than it was when I was in the States. So I don't know. I just thought that was kind of crazy. I put it in my notes and then I didn't look into it again, so my bad. But yeah, so there's been oil refinery explosions or fires going on in Australia. Look it up. Let's see. So there was some more, what do you call it? Protesting. I honestly don't know what it was for. It was probably ICE. I'm guessing it was ICE. I think it was in Minnesota. And this college girl, right, named Paige Ostroshko. Call ICE. She's like blowing a whistle in the ear of a Turning Point USA reporter woman, I guess. And so the woman keeps like, trying to get away from her. And then she keeps blowing the whistle. And then they come to a little bit of a scuffle. And then the whole crowd kind of gets involved. And then the Turning Point person gets pushed over. And it gets, nothing like, nobody got injured. Right? But that girl, Paige, she was there at that demonstration with her father and her mother. And her father is like an avid demonstrator. He gets on saying stupid liberal shit. And he was actually arrested in 2003 for fraud, for unemployment. Like, he filed for unemployment, but he wasn't. He collected a bunch of money. But then, there's tons of people there with phones and whatever. So you see the one angle that was originally posted or shown, but then you get a couple different angles, and you come to find out her dad is the one, he tells her, hey, go get the whistle out of the truck and go right in her ear and blow it. You can damage someone's ear that way, for one thing. And so then she does that. This girl gets arrested and charged, and then like she's trying to be like, oh, crying, this and that. But then that video I just said comes out, and then you see the person that pushes the Turning Point is the father. because you can see his hoodie and everything. They're just toxic, messed up, horrible people. And that's exactly why I don't like schools getting involved with protesting and stuff, though. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of behavior you're encouraging. And now information is coming about this Page person that went to school with her and said, yeah, she's basically a cunt who starts shit and then plays victim when she gets in trouble. Same kind of crap. And it's all, because of her parents. Parents are pieces of shit. And now their daughter's a piece of shit. So, I don't know. Just keep children out of politics, man. I mean, teach them what politics is, but I don't know. I don't like it that people are getting. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I keep my kids out. That yes, they know who, I whatever, and they will hear me say some stuff occasionally, but generally I'll try and stop myself, and I'm not trying to put that stress on them. You know what I mean? It's just they got their own stuff in school and homework. That's what they need to stress about, not the freaking canal and stupid liberals and ICE and Trump and all that shit. It's just stupid. But yeah. Oh yeah. What's up? What's up? And where am I at? Oh, this is working out pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, last thing. So, KAMALA supposedly may run, may not, right? She's the biggest moron piece of shit in the world right now, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think she would win the primaries. She wouldn't make it, past the primaries. But if she did, that would tell me that they have a new way to cheat. The Democrats have a new way to cheat. Because you can't, how are you going to pick KAMALA, who lost horrendously, was an obvious retard failure to everybody, and you're going to have her go again? What? That makes no sense. Unless they're going to cheat and they know it's going to work. So if she does win the primary and then she does run for president, I'm going to be a little worried. I'm going to be like, oh shit. I'm going to be worried. Not that she would win in a natural voting whatever, because she wouldn't. But like, how are they going to cheat? What are they going to do? They got some sort of plan, something. Because that just doesn't make any sense to me, And then she does. So I guess she gets asked some stuff, and if she's gonna run or not, and she's like, I don't know. But then she does like a little campaigning kind of whatever. I don't know what she posted it on. Where she's in North Carolina. She's standing in front of this gas station with a sign, and it says like, gas 3 something, whatever, 340 something, whatever. And she's going on about the war and Trump and gas and blah 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 blah, and or no, it wasn't 340, it was 320 something, I think. And so she posts that. Well, first, why isn't she in California? Why isn't she talking about the gas prices in California? Oh, that's right, because gas prices are like $8 in California, in the liberally ran state of California that she is in. Yeah, they don't want to show their gas prices to the rest of the world, like they wouldn't know. No, they go to North Carolina where it's low. Oh, dude, I hate Democrats. I mean, I know the right does the same bullshit, but man, the Democrats are just retarded about it, though. Anyway, so somebody's like, who probably lived there or whatever, was like, and she's talking about how gas prices are so high and this and that. Somebody got on Google Maps, Street View, went right by that same gas station with the sign during 2022, which was during the Biden KAMALA era, and the gas was higher than it is now. What the fuck is this dumb bitch talking about? She's so stupid. The Democrats are so stupid. They're all so stupid. I don't know. Like, you can't make this up. That's what I'm saying. This kind of crap here. And that was that was her campaign the whole time. It was retarded shit like this. That's why I was like, dude, she's not winning. You know what I mean? And then you see how it played out. And then if she runs again, knowing what a complete failure she is, it's going to have me worried, because I'm like, they got a plan to cheat somehow. But I don't think she'll make it past the primaries. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I wanted to share. Been talked about what I've been doing. Real quick. So my family bought a Mitsubishi SUV, a brand new one, almost a year ago now. And since we've had it, there's like these weird little noises that it would make, right? And we're like, what is that? It would make these kind of weird vibrating type noises. Not all the time. And so we told the dealership, and when we bring it in to get the oil change, we tell them again, because it keeps doing it, but just not all the time. They don't know. Keep an eye on it. They don't know. They don't know, right? But it's been slowly progressing, or it's been getting worse, right? A little louder, does it for longer. And we figured out it does it when the AC's on. To me, it sounds like just something is working loose and it's vibrating. I don't know. But so I took a video, which I wasn't worried about what the picture was, because I wasn't trying to record video. I was trying to record audio. So I went out to drop my son off somewhere or something. Car was going. I could hear it. And I'm like, oh, give me your phone. I recorded it. I mean, I thought I was still recording, the Mitsubishi, but it was actually flipped and it was recording behind me. So it was like a blue car or whatever. But so I have it there. I'm holding it kind of underneath where you can really hear it. You can hear the car running, and then you hear this weird like vibrating noise. So we send it to them, and they're like, oh, we can't find it. We can't find it. They're like, are you sure it's not the blue car? Because that's what you see in the video. It's like, it doesn't matter what. No, the car's not even on. Listen to it. Don't watch it. And they, again, just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye. Same kind of crap, right? It's getting really annoying. This kind of goes towards like the thing I have about the Philippines, and their customer service, and they're just lazy. They're lazy as hell. They don't, in the States, yeah, if it's not doing it, it's hard for them to, what is it? Like when a doctor or mechanic diagnose the problem, right? But they at least kind of try. They'll play around with some stuff. They'll do whatever. But here they just kind of they turn it on. They're just, oh, we don't hear nothing. It's like, are you like really getting underneath there and trying to look and find? You know what I mean? Like they're lazy. Well, what I thought was weird though. So my wife brought it the other day, and she went there and they got the same crap, and she kind of ripped into them. It's like, this is ridiculous, because we come down here, there's obviously something going on. It's like, we're not making it up. And they're like, well, we did do some stuff and it should help it. And it's like, so she tells me that, and then they say, next time it does it, record the license plate and the sticker with it for the car. So she tells me this, and I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on. First of all, they did some stuff that should help it, but I thought they don't know what it is. So how are they going to do some stuff that they think will help it if they don't know what the problem is? They don't know what the noise is. And then I'm like, why do we have to show the license plate and the decal and everything for the dealership mechanics to fix the problem? I think they know exactly what the problem is. I think there's a ongoing problem with a lot of these vehicles to the point to where it's going to be a recall eventually. But they can't just, oh yeah, we're having, other people are having the same problem. We'll replace, the AC clutch, whatever that is. I don't know what it is. But I think they know exactly what it is, but they can't say what it is until like we bring it in so many times, and then we have to show the evidence, and then they're going to use that to show, the people in charge, and like, okay, and then they'll give them the go ahead to replace the part or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that whole thing just seems weird. We don't know what it is, but we did something that we think will fix it. What? And then now you want us to like have all this evidence to prove that it's this car making this noise? Something ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. But anyway, I still love it here, even though I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. All right. God bless. All right. Bye.
Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.